Hello, fellow dungeon crawlers. Today I will unbox Dungeons& Dragons Mad Mage board game. Let's break the seal on this bad boy. Dungeon of the Mad Mage was released in 2019. I recently bought mine when it became available again on Amazon. The box contains 42 minis, and we'll take a look at each one in depth. The kit comes with a rulebook, and I really like the picture that shows all the figures in detail. The set comes with cool dungeon tiles and cavern tiles. I like how you get two completely different environments in this set. We have the heroes out first. We have a gnome rogue, tiefling fighter, human paladin, sorcerer, and a half-elf cleric. Here are my painted minis. I'm really not sure why the rogue has a cowboy hat. Maybe it's just how I painted it. The hair on the paladin I thought was out of place. It seems like a pompadour hairstyle. Fun fact, I tried to pull off that hairstyle in middle school. Really wasn't meant for me. Next are my smaller villains. We have two Shadow Dusks in full plate mail, a Grey Ooze, and Halistar the Black, which comes in two pieces. I really like the slide-on swords. And now, for the painted versions. I actually repainted Halistar. The first time, I painted him with a black cloak, but I thought it was too dark, so I switched to a navy blue. I do really like how it turned out, though. Here are the human thugs. I'm not much of a fan of the design. I think the mace-wielding character looks overly fantasy to me. Maybe it's just me, but I think the thug is a little bit too broad. He definitely didn't skip chest day. I do like how they turned out painted. I think the veterans can be useful in adventure for NPCs. You never can have too many fighting men. Next, we have some more monsters. We have 3 shadows that are very top-heavy and 3 hags. The hags have some nice detail, but hags have always creeped me out. For the painted figures, I experimented using inks on the shadows. I would have preferred if these shadows used clear plastic. I think they would have came out better that way. Here are 2 medium-sized monsters. I'm not familiar with these monster types. They both look pretty cool, though. The golem would seem to fit in with the Expedition to the Barrier Peaks adventure. I do like how they turned out painted. I painted one as an iron golem launching fireballs, and the other I gave a dangerous red color to look like an insect. Next up are my least favorite figures. You get 6 intellect devours. I do like intellect devours. I always thought they were a grotesque creature, but why 6? It seems just a way to get the figure count higher. For the painted figures, maybe it's my poor paint skills, but the detail gets lost on some of the small figures. I was going to paint some black spots on the figure, but I kind of lost interest when I was painting it. Here are my favorite figures of the entire game. You get 2 zombie beholders and a death tyrant. I really love the detail on these grotesque creatures. I like how the death tyrant turned out. I think it would have looked much better if it had transparent plastic around the orbs, but it still looks okay. These monsters will be put to some good use. And we have the main boss. It's a large robot scorpion. I definitely don't have anything like this, but I do think it's kind of small for a main boss of the adventure. I painted him silver with a dark wash to kind of look tarnished and old. I'm really not a fan of the steampunk design, but I do know steampunk's really popular. It's just not my thing. Overall, this game was my least favorite. It could be that I had high expectations for this game since it was the latest one released, so I expected it to be the best. First, the good. My favorite figures were the Death Tyrant and Zombie Beholder. They have good mass and they're super grotesque. I also like Hollister and Muriel. They have some good detail too. The player characters and the thugs were okay. They didn't wow me though. I would put the veterans in this category as well. The veterans leader's sword placement seemed kind of awkward to me, but that's just my thoughts. Now for the bad. I guess it's just me, but I thought intellect devours would be larger. Maybe this figure is to scale, but it's so tiny, the detail gets kind of lost. Plus, you get 6 of them. Then you get 3 tiny flying swords, and then more tiny grungs. If you were to buy this set for the figures, I would rather you get Wrath of Ashardalon or The Legend of Drist. Thanks everyone for watching all the way through. Make sure you give this video a like, it would really help me out. Let me know in the comments if you have an Adventure Series board game and which one is your favorite. I do have the final set, Tomb of Annihilation, which I have not opened yet. Make sure you're subscribed, that is the best way to support the channel. And I'll see everybody on the next dungeon crawl.